Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naranchaiva Narottamam Devin Saraswatin Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktin Bhavatir Naichiti Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandana
Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 2, Chapter 3. Because yesterday we completed the Chapter 2. So today we are going to start the Chapter 3. It is a pure devotional service, the change in heart. So let us all chant the sloka. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 2.3.1. Śrī Śuka uvāca
Śrī Śukadeva
evam etan nigaditam
etan nigaditam
pṛṣṭavān yat bhavān mama
pṛṣṭavān bhavān
nṛṇāṁ yan mriyamāṇānām
mriyamāṇānāṁ
manuṣyeṣu manīṣiṇām.
manuṣyeṣu manīṣiṇām.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Śrī Śuka uvāca. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, evam, so, etat, all these, nigaditam, answered, pṛṣṭavān, as we inquired, yat, what, bhavān, your good self, mama, unto me, nṛṇāṁ, of the human being,
The human being.
yat, one, mriyamāṇānāṁ, on the threshold of death, manuṣyeṣu, amongst the human beings,
Human beings.
manīṣiṇām,
Manīṣiṇām.
of the intelligent men. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavadi A.C. Bhakti-Vedānta-sūtras Purport. Translation, please repeat behind me. Śrī Śukadeva Gosvāmī said,
Gosvāmī said,
Mahārāja Parīkṣit,
Mahārāja Parīkṣit,
as you have inquired from me
as you have inquired from me,
as to the duty of the
duty of the
intelligent man
gentleman
who is on the threshold of death.
on the threshold of death.
So I have answered you. Purport. In human society, all over the world, there are millions and billions of men and women. And almost all of them are less in religion because they have very little knowledge of spirit soul. Almost all of them have a wrong conception of life, for they identify themselves with the gross and subtle material bodies, which they are not in fact. They may be situated in different high and low positions in the estimation of human society, but one should know definitely that unless one inquires about his own self beyond the body and the mind, all his activities in human life are total failures. Therefore, out of thousands and thousands of men, one may inquire about his spirit self and thus consult the revealed scriptures like Vedānta-sūtra, Bhagavad-gītā and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. But in spite of reading and hearing such scriptures, unless one is in touch with a realized spiritual master, he cannot actually realize the real nature of self, etc. And out of thousands and hundreds and thousands of men, someone may know what Lord Kṛṣṇa is in fact. In the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Madhya Leela 20.122-123, it is said that Lord Kṛṣṇa, out of his causeless mercy, prepared the Vedic literatures in the incarnation of Vyasadeva for reading by the intelligent class of men in a human society, which is almost totally forgetful of the genuine relation with Krishna. Even such an intelligent class of men may be forgetful in their relation with the Lord. The whole bhakti-yoga process is therefore a revival of the lost relation. This revival is possible in the human form of life, which is obtained only out of the evolutionary cycle of 84 lakhs of species of life. The intelligent class of human being must take a serious note of this opportunity. Not all human beings are intelligent. So, the importance of human life is not always understood. Therefore, manuṣyeṣu meaning thoughtful, is particularly used here. A manīṣiṇām person like Mahārāja Parīkṣit must therefore take to the lotus feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa and fully engage himself in devotional service, hearing, chanting, etc. of the holy name and the pastimes of the Lord, which are all hari-kathāmṛta. This action is especially recommended when one is preparing for death. Om Dasa. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshul-munidam yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu-padaya Krishna Pṛṣṭāya Bhūtale Śrīmade Bhakti-Vedānta-Swāmī iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pāśyāśya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So the third chapter beginning, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is expressing why he is answering to Parīkṣit Maharaj. Parīkṣit Maharaj asked the questions. That is the very intelligent questions, very relevant questions. Every human being is supposed to ask actually. Since Parīkṣit Maharaj, he was in the threshold of the death. What is meant by threshold of death means he knows that only 7 days are there. So after 7 days, he has to die. So that he knows that only 7 days of life is there for me in this material world. How to utilize this 7 days? What he is supposed to do? So this is the intelligent question for the intelligent person. This kind of inquiry should be there. So since he was asked the intelligent questions, he said, I answered you. That's what Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying. And we are having millions of billions of people in this material world. We are thinking that only animals and birds and aquatic, they don't have the definite lifetime. They may get the death at any point of time. We are thinking in that way because the animals are living in the jungle and the aquatic living in the water. So anytime the aquatic can be taken by other aquatics, other big aquatics, or other human being go and take that for a food purpose. And a similar way, the animals which are in the jungle, at any point of time, they may get their death because once they come out from for the food, anyway they have to come out from the food every day. So the animals come out from the food for food. Even if it is the strongest animal, elephant also can be killed by the lions, group of lions, or lion or any other tiger, cheetah. These are all the powerful animals we know in the jungle. So even those animals also not have the definite time in the jungle, because they may also get death at any point of time. When they encounter such as the crocodile and all, they will also get a death, because when they come for the drinking water, the crocodile pull them inside of the water. Since they are the land animals, they don't have the power to fight with the water animals like crocodile. So they will die. So this is the way the time for the animals, time for the birds, time for the aquatic, time for the trees. If any cyclone happen, immediately tree will fall down. Or if a human being going and cutting the trees. So all these things are happening. So there is no definite time for any of such animals. This is the way the human being are thinking. But for the human being also, we have the similar way only. We are going out from the house. We don't know whether we will come back to a house or not. So we are thinking that we are safe. We are going to live hundreds of years. 100 years we are going to live. This is our perception. But for our life also, any point of time, anything can happen. So there is a saying in Hindi, like if actually in Bengali there is a saying that Rake Krishna Marika, Mare Krishna Rakeka. That means if it is Lord wanted to save a person, even he is in the danger of death, Lord will save him. And if Lord wanted to kill a person, even if the person is in the so much of safety measures and all, he will get killed. So this is the way the Krishna's plan will work. So our death, it is not in our hand. So we are thinking that only Parikṣit Maharaj had 7 days. So he has to supposed to hear all those things. So similarly, we will also, when we get the time of death, when we come to know, then we will hear. So this is the mentality of the people who know at least the scriptures. But 99% of the people in this material world, they don't know about the scriptures. They don't have any knowledge. They are all in the ignorance that we are there, the bodily concept of life. We are this body. We need to enjoy this life. And anyway, they know that they have the knowledge that we are going to die one day. But they don't have the feeling that the death can come at any point of time. So that's the reason those all the people are less intelligent people. So the person who is understanding and who wanted to hear about the scriptures, hear about what is there in the scriptures, that person is a thoughtful person, because he is thinking that what we supposed to do in this material life. So why we born here? What we are doing? Are we doing correct or not? All these questions will arise only with the intelligent person, not with everyone. So we are all also one of the such thoughtful persons. Because of that, we come across such scriptures, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Bhagavad-gītā and all. So in Bhagavad-gītā also, Krishna is stressing this point. In 7.3, Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna is saying that manuṣyeṣu sagasreshu kaśchit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaśchin mam vetti tattvataha. So Krishna here is saying, one of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one know me in truth. So this is the Krishna himself is saying that it is very rare in this material world. One among the thousands of men, he is trying for the perfection, how to perfect my life. He will think in that way. In that group of persons also, achieving the perfection is very little. So in that achieving the perfection, very few know, hardly one know me in truth. That means very few people know who is Krishna. So it is very, 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 very rare and rarest of the rare. We will say rarest of the rare. So this is the Krishna consciousness is rarest of the rare in this human life. Even Krishna also confirming that in Bhagavad-gītā. So in that kind of men, once they come into the path of bhakti, once they get the tinge of knowledge by the causeless mercy of the Lord, because we are the whatever we are getting in this bhakti, in this material world as of now, it is a costless mercy of the Lord. Without, we don't have any qualification at all. But still, Lord chosen us because of our previous birth activities. So something inspired the Lord, and we did some devotional service. Because of that, Lord is avoided in this birth to come across this Bhagavad-gītā knowledge and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam knowledge. So we should feel ourselves very fortunate. So we already many times we discussed, we are the very fortunate souls. We are able to hear Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, read Śrīmad-Bhagavad-gītā, are able to meet the spiritual masters who are all very rare in this material world. So even though there are spiritual masters, bona fide spiritual masters, very few in this world, they are roaming here. And how many people are come across those people? Many people, they are come across them, but they are not understanding the value of them. What is their value and what they are doing? Nobody understands that. They are thinking that if they are wearing saffron clothes, then they are kind of a beggars. That is the way the people are thinking. They will go and they will beg and they will speak something. Maybe some them who know the devotional service, devotional activities, they will give some respect to them. Okay, Swamiji, either they fell on the feet. But beyond that, they don't want it to go. They want only the Ashirvadam. That's all. After that, they don't want anything. They don't want the knowledge at all. So this is the human life, the current society, it is there. So in Caitanya-caritāmṛta also, it is said in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Madhya Lila 20.122. I'm reading the translation. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. But out of causeless mercy, Lord Kṛṣṇa compiled the Vedic literatures and its supplements, the Puranas. So, with our own effort, we cannot understand Krishna. We cannot understand Krishna consciousness. We cannot get into that. But because of the causeless mercy of the Lord, that's what we discuss now. Out of the causeless mercy of the Lord, Krishna mercifully gave this Vedic literatures and his supplements and Puranas, so that we will read and we will get the knowledge and we will perfect our life. So, in such kind of people, very, very rare in this material world. So, here also in Bhagavatam also, again, in 1.7.75, Bhagavatam says, due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. So even though they are the spirit energy, spirit soul, but due to the contamination and due to the modes of, they are thinking that they are the material products. Because of that, they are suffering in this material world with the material miseries. That's what Bhagavatam says. And in 20.123, again, Kṛṣṇa Gosvāmī is saying that the forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literature. So the forgetful conditioned soul. So we are the forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literature. So through the Vedic literatures, he is teaching us. Krishna is teaching us what is the purpose of life. The realized spiritual master and the spiritual soul. So these three things. The forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through Vedic literature and by the realized spiritual master and by the super soul who is residing in our heart as Paramatma. So through these three, we are understanding who is Krishna and what we need to do. Through these three, he can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is, and he can understand the Lord in his eternal master and deliver from the clutches of Maya. So the person who is already bound by the Maya, that person cannot relieve us, because if somebody's hands are tied with a rope, that person, our hand also tied with the rope. Suppose other person hand also tied with the rope. So that person cannot relieve us because he is also the same condition. So they cannot, that person, again, the opposite person cannot help us. But who can help us? Who is beyond this tied with the knots. that person can help. Who is free, that person can help. So who is free? Krishna is free because he is not controlled by this material nature. Means in fact, he is the controller. So he is free. Only Krishna can relieve us from this riches of Maya. Because of this costless mercy, because of his mercy, we are getting this Vedic literature and spiritual master, and through the knowledge through the super soul, we are relieving from this riches of Maya. So again, he is saying that in this way, one can acquire real knowledge of his conditioned life and can come to understand how to attain liberation. So by seeing, by reading, by hearing these scriptures, what will happen? We will come to know that we will get the understanding how to come out, attain the liberation. So in Bhagavad-gītā, Krishna is giving the solution. What is the solution he is saying? In 18.66, Krishna is saying the solution for this condition life. What is saying there? Sarva dharman paritejya mam yegam saranam braja agam tam sarva papepyu mokshasyami ma suchagam. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. The same instruction is found throughout all Vedic literatures. Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru act as the representative of Krishna, and Krishna consciousness movement is also taking place all over the universe. Whoever takes advantage of this opportunity become liberated. So it is freely available. The Krishna consciousness is freely available. It is not we don't want to put any effort. You don't want to spend any material money, nothing. It is freely available. The only thing is we should have the intelligence to accept that. So if you intelligent way, if you accept the Vedic literatures, Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru, then automatically the knowledge will be imparted to us. Because if it is through the spiritual master, it is the data, whatever the knowledge they have, it will be imparted. So how will be imparted? Because they know the truth, because they already experienced, they know the truth. So the person who know the truth, they can reveal us that similar truth, so that we can also understand and we can realize ourselves, we can get into the path of bhakti. Because the bhakti cannot be given by any normal person. Bhakti can be given only by the bhakta, another bhakta. So the bhakta who already practiced in this, only that person he can transfer. Even though he is speaking, he may speak, many people will hear that. But the changes will happen only with the person who is having the bhakti in his heart, who is wanted to make himself, who was really wanted to make progress in bhakti. Only that person's heart will be changed. Even that's what it is said that so many people are hearing whatever we are speaking in the Sastanga, and there are so many meetings are happening, there are Mandal programs are happening, thousands of people are coming. But many of the people, they will hear and they will leave there itself. Many of the people, they won't believe in scriptures. Even though the scriptures are authority, Vedas are authorities, they are life and soul for us. But the people are not giving respect. They think that this is someone in the past, they wrote something, and currently the people are writing Harry Potter, this and that. Similarly, someone wrote during that time. So these and all not useful for us. So they are just stories. So we'll read and we'll enjoy and we will leave it. They're not understanding the essence. What is the essence in that? So why the Puranas are there? There are Idikasas, Mahabharata and Ramayana. These are all the Idikasas. Why those are all in the story form? They told us because we are very less intelligent. If we are giving the Vedānta-sūtra directly, it is not possible for us to understand, and we will get bored also. So we need some masala into that. So for that masala only, it came the Ramayana and Mahabharata. It happened. Idikadas happened. So Lord made this pastimes so that people will be release the flow, as well as they can get the knowledge from that. They can the moral. They get the moral from these Idikasas. So the Mahabharata and Ramayana, we can understand that how a person, there are both the sides also, it is explained very nicely in the very, very understandable manner, even for the illiterate person also. They can understand how a person should be living in this material world. They are also there, how is he supposed to live. That is also there in this Idihasas. And how the person is supposed to not act. That also there in this Idihasas. So, even though if you are not able to understand the study, the Vedānta-sūtras, at least if you follow this Idihasas, from there we can get some essence from moral, then that also save us from this material world. We will get to know the liberation. Even the person who wrote Ramayana, Valmiki, he was before writing that he was a thief actually. Ratnakar, his original name was Ratnakar. He was he used to do the robbery. The forest way people are the people used to cross, and the merchant used to cross in the forest. He used to kill those persons and take the money from them, or make them fear, and he will get the money from them. So these are the activities he used to do, the Ratnakar. But when he met the real spiritual master Narada Muni, then his perspective got changed. That is the quality of the pure devotees. So the pure devotees, it is said in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, sadhu sange lava matra sadhu sanga sarva siddhi hoy. That means, so lava matra sadhu sanga, a little amount of time, if you get the sadhu sanga, if you come across the sadhus, immediately because they are fully they are bhakti personified. So when we come across such person, tinge of changes will happen in our, at least a tinge of change will happen in our heart. So that change will start from that time. That is a starting. There could be a starting point of our bhakti. Then we can progress in bhakti like anything. So this is the same thing happened with the Ratnakar, who is a thief in the jungle. When he met Narada Muni, then Narada Muni advised him, he initiated him, and he asked him to chant Rama's name, Rama. But he unable to chant Rama's name because he was in the mood of killing this and that. So he unable to pronounce the name of the Lord. Then he reversed the mantra, Mara. So then Radhamuni asked him to chant Mara. Since he was in the killing and other activities, Mara means it is somebody dying something. So this means easy for that fellow because he was doing all these activities every day. So he was chanted this Mara. Then automatically when we chant Mara, so automatically it is, while we chant continuously, it will become turned to Rama. So that person, that kind of person who's the lowest among the human being, he was killing means mercilessly he was killing the people and doing the robbery. That person, by chanting the holy name of the Lord in the reverse manner, and he chanted Lord give the mercy, so that he compiled Ramayana. So that is the power of the holy name. So here, that's why in the purport, Prabhupada mentioning here, what is mentioning the last, a manuṣyeṣu person like Mahārāja Parīkṣit must therefore take to the lotus feet of the Lord and fully engage himself in devotional service. So we have to engage. Because who are the thoughtful person? Because Parīkṣit Maharaj, he knows that, okay, my death is coming in 7 days. I need to take the devotional. I need to take what I need to take. He asked the bona fide acharya. The similar way, we don't know, because Parīkṣit Maharaj can know that 7 days is there, but we don't know whether how many days are there. 7 days, 7 minutes, 7 seconds, we don't know anything. But we know that death is certain for us. That is for sure. So why we want to leave that, okay, while coming we will see. Immediately if it comes means we may regret, because even though Lord provided this opportunity to understand about Lord, we are not utilizing that. We died means this one of this birth is wasteful for us. Then again you need to take a birth. It is not guaranteed again the next birth we will take the bhakti in the similar way. So better to start the bhakti in this lifetime itself by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by hearing the holy name of the Lord and glories of the Lord, so that the tinge of bhakti will grow in our heart. So that will save ourselves. Even though we are not able to complete this bhakti in this life, next life it will save us from the great danger. So We don't want to worry. We need to be like a pure devotees, 100% doing the bhakti. We do not have to worry about that. Whatever our capacity, but we need to endeavor. We should not say, okay, this is my capacity, I need to leave. It's not that like that. We need to go out of our what we can say. We used to say that, right? We go out of our comfort zone for bhakti. We have to go out of our comfort zone. So if you are able to chant 4 rounds of mantra into comfort zone, you should not be sitting in the comfort zone. Let me try for one more round, so that we can increase. So we need to come out from the, for bhakti, we have to come out from the comfort zone, and we can progress in bhakti very easily. So, and also we can make use of this life in the perfect manner, the meaningful manner. That's what Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying, that in today's sloka, only since he is the intelligent questions asked by Mahārāja Parīkṣit, that's the reason he answered. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai.